Hey, it's that time of month again. So I am going to be doing another market update for you for December of 2024. And this is for those of you that aren't an economist, you don't really care about all this mumbo jumbo that most chief economists are going to talk all about. I'm just going to give you the stats you need to know whether you're a homeowner, a buyer, or a seller in Amador County, and kind of get an idea of where we stand for the month of December. So stick around and let's go. Okay, you guys, first, let's talk about how many properties are currently on the market. In December of 2024, there were 190 homes for sale. That is down slightly from 217 homes that were for sale last month. 27 homes went under contract or pending, which is also down from last month that had 41 homes that went pending, and 34 homes that closed for the month of December. That is also slightly down from the previous month of 49 homes that sold. All right, my dog's at my feet. She's wanting to be like a special Velcro pup today. But so second thing on the list is we're going to be talking about what type of market are we in and where are we trending. And to look at this stat, we need to take a look at the months of inventory. And that just basically means how many months it would take if all the inventory currently on the market was to close based on the average sales volume this month. So for the month of December, we were at 5.6 months of inventory. And so that puts us still in a neutral market. And to remind you guys, anything above 6 months is a buyer's market. And that means it's more advantageous for buyers to purchase a home because there's so many homes on the properties versus buyers in the market. Now on the seller side, anything less than 3 months of inventory means we're in a seller's market, meaning there are so few houses and so many buyers that sellers have the advantage. Now a neutral market is where it's not really advantageous for either side. It's kind of 3 to 6 months of inventory, and last month we were at 4.4 months, and then we're moving to 5.6. So we're kind of going back and forth in the middle. But this is to be expected because we're still in what's called the winter lull, that we're going to start to see about mid-January coming out of that and going into the busy spring market. So we're kind of, only time will tell to see if this is either market driven or just seasonally driven. So stick around and let's talk about our next topic. Okay, next on the list are how much homes are worth. Okay, so to look at this, we need to look at 3 different stats. The first is the average list price, the average close price is the second one, and the third one is the list to close price ratio. So I'm gonna switch it up a little bit because I really hate using averages when it comes to talking about price ranges, because the average really takes into consideration even like the lowest house that sells on the market and then the one that sells for the highest amount. So it's really hard, that kind of skews the numbers a little bit. I like using the median because it kind of gives you a better determination of where that median value of homes are. So to take you back for school, if you remember having to get the average, you have to add up all the sales for the month, and then you have to divide that number by how many sales there were. And that's the average value that you'll get. But then when you're doing the median, you're going to list them all out in a line, and then you're going to find kind of where that middle ground is. And that's really going to tell you about what you're going to be expecting to pay for a house in the market. So for the month of December, the median list price was $518,000. That's down from last month that had $538,000 was the median list price, but is up slightly from last year that was at $500,000 this time last year. Now the median close price was $442,000, and that is up 5.2% from $420,000 this time last month. And it is also up from $415,000 this time last year. And finally, the list to close price ratio was 91%, which means sellers were willing to come down from their original list price by nearly 10% for the month of December. Now, remember, homes don't always get listed and sold all in the same month. So when we're looking at this value, we're not looking at this month when all the houses that were listed and they went down 10%. We're talking about when they originally were listed, which we'll talk about how long that's taking in just a minute, but versus what they finally sold at. And so we're looking at 91%. That's a pretty big difference. So that just means people are really overvaluing their homes at this current time, which makes sense. Again, we're in that winter lull, and it's just really hard when the market starts to shift because we don't really know what's going to happen, and things are kind of going all over the place. So let's talk about days on market. Now let's take a look at how long it's taking for homes to sell right now. The average days on market, or DOM, in Amador County was 59 days. This is trending down from 72 days on market versus last month, but is slightly up from 54 days on market versus this time last year. So again, this is to be expected. We're still in the winter lull. This is a great opportunity for those of you that are buying right now or buying and selling at the same time before the floodgates open for the spring market. This is a great opportunity for you because you're not going to have as much competition with all the other buyers that are going to be entering the market at that point. So if that's something that you're interested in doing the next couple months, I highly suggest we start with our initial consultation to get the ball rolling. I'll have the links below for you. All right. Lastly, let's talk about how much it's going to cost you to borrow money to purchase your home. So this is where we're going to be looking at mortgage rates. For the Freddie Mac historical data for the month of December 2024, the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate was 6.72%. So again, there are many factors that impact your interest rate. And right now, the economy, we're not really sure what's happening. We keep hearing so many different things, what's going up, what's going down, bond market, stock market, all these different markets, and the inauguration's on Monday. And there's just so many things going on right now that it's really hard to determine what's going to happen with the economy. But what you can control is your credit score, how much you're putting down, what type of loan you're getting, how much loan amount you're going to be borrowing, and several other factors. All right, now before I go, I want to make sure you guys remember that these market stats are just a snapshot in time. And think of our real estate market just like an airport where planes are constantly landing and taking off. Just like our real estate market, homes are getting listed, going pending, or getting sold constantly. So although it's important to look at these market stats to kind of see where we stand, it is equally important to not take these statistics as facts. So if you are thinking about buying or selling, the most important thing I could suggest to you is schedule either a free, no obligation market evaluation for your home so we can kind of see where you stand, or you can book a call with me to talk through your options. So I suggest we do this at least 3 to 6 months before you're officially ready to purchase a home or sell a home, because there's so many different things that we can talk through to see what makes sense for you, whether you're buying and selling at the same time. Maybe this is your first time buying a home, first time just selling a home, maybe you're relocating to another area. There's just so many different things that we can talk through to make sure we put your best foot forward when it is time for you to sell. So if either of those would be helpful for you, go ahead and see the links below to schedule those. And I will see you next month for another market update report for January of 2025.